and like you said, you went down that journey, and you know, you got to a point in life where you felt like, like what else could go wrong? But one part about that is, sometimes in those moments, like you're saying, that's where you birthed this. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It came right out of it, and like you said, and you knew with certainty. It sounded like after
Mm,
that time too.
mm,
It wasn't no more with lawyer this that the third. It was this is where
mm,
I'm at, and that's
mm.
just a good point. I don't want people to miss. Like, how was that feeling when you probably got
Mm.
to that lowest point? Can you in words even describe that?
Absolutely. It was suicidal. Like it was traumatic, like it was
Mhm.
like, yo, I want something different from my life, I
Mhm.
don't want to struggle, I don't want to be a single mother. I don't want to figure out be living check to check, like
Mhm.
all of that was happening in my life. And, like I said, I was living with my dad for the first time, like since I was a little girl, since I was like 7. And so I was like healing from a lot of that, and I just
Mhm.
remember laying in a bed in tears. And I'm gonna tell you, it was the journal. Like that journal, Keith, like I remember
Mhm.
flipping through my journal because I was like, I ain't really for being here on earth in this space, right? Like I ain't really
I
here for
get
being,
you.
on the planet in this space. And I remember flipping through my journal and I
Mhm.
read those words on that paper about what I really wanted to do with my life,
Mhm.
and I cried. Like I cried. I probably cried for like
Wow.
a week. And then, the guy came into class and it was like God just opened it up for me to do that. And so I mean it it's a thing of we look to do what's makes sense, right? Oh, well, if you're
Mhm.
going to be a teacher, you're going to get a check. And it's nothing wrong with being a teacher if that's what you love doing. Like, if that's what you're
Yeah.
committed to doing and you're passionate about it and this is your purpose, then that's one
Yo.
thing. But, do it, right? But if you know you
Mhm.
have a unique gift, like I believe that I was created, tall and brown for a reason, right? Being different,
Mhm.
standing out, right? And it wasn't
Yep.
just to be in a classroom, and so it was one of those moments as well, Keith, where I had to just really look inside of myself and be like, yo, what were you gifted to do? Like, I remember
Mhm.
being a little girl and even at Beachfield, I wrote my first book in Beachfield. I used to write plays. I always loved writing. It was something I did, in my
Mhm.
journal when my parents, it was just something that came to me naturally. I remember my friends would come to me and write their essays in college. And so I was like running from something that I was already like innately created to do, and so I
Mhm.
think that whole moment, like though it was low, it was like, do you believe in yourself enough to know that you can make anything happen that you desire to happen?
Mhm.
And once I started to believe that, I started to attract that, right? And I think when we're on our journeys to living our purpose, if you don't fully believe that you can make happen the thing that you dream about doing, you'll never attract it in its fullness,
Nope.
But once you start rocking out, like, yo, I really can do this, like, I'm really amazing, I'm gonna make it happen, you'll attract every single opportunity that you deserve and that you desire. And so for me, though it was a low moment, like I was depressed, I was sad, I was losing weight, all
Mhm.
of that. But even in that, I still realized that I had something that I needed to give to the world. And so, to sum this up, this part of the conversation, one of my favorite quotes that I have for myself is, your process perfects your purpose, right? And so you can go through all of these different experiences and all these different journeys, but remember that every part of your process is going to make your purpose even better,
True
And
that.
so
True
that
that.
that that for me is kind of where I am with it. Yeah, and that experience.